everyone, welcome to the ontomatos channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to achieve this bronzy smoky eye right here. So if you're interested in this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, so you want to start out with a clean face. I already moisturized and have foundation on and powder and concealer. So we're just going to go straight to the eye makeup. So today I'm going to be using most of the eyeshadow from the Wet n Wild. These are relatively new palettes. You can get these at any drugstore, Walmart, Target, or anything like that. This is just one of their palettes. They have like two other ones, but today I'm going to be using primarily this one since this is mostly neutral. You prime your eyes. I'm just going to be using my Urban Decay Primer Potion. And you just want to spread that all over your lids. And then just use your finger to blend it out. Okay, and before I do any eye makeup, I like to just use any sort of loose powder to blot my cheekbones so that it can prevent eyeshadow fallouts. Well, not prevents, but it can catch eyeshadow fallouts, and then I can just use like a powder brush and just brush it away afterwards. So it doesn't matter which powder I use. I'm just going to be using this Palladio powder, loose powder. It's called rice powder, but it really doesn't matter what you use. So next, I'm just gonna be taking this color called, is labeled the eyelid color right here. It's like a champagne kind of beige kind of color. You can use any similar colors like that. Pack it on the inner lids. Now it should look like this. And then just use any flat shader brush because we're going to pack the second color on. Color called Crease. In the middle part, on the middle part of my lids. Overlapping that light champagne color a little bit. You can also bring it out to the outer corner a little bit too. It should look something like this now. And then just use any blending brush. Any fluffy brush is fine, and just blend out the two colors. Just blend out the harsh edge of that dark brown color, and then just blend in the middle, in between the two colors a little bit so they can blend with each other a little bit. Just like that, and then just blend out the edges. Okay, it should look something like this. And then we're just gonna go in with a darker color. We're gonna use this color called Definer right here. It's the darkest color, and we're just gonna use that to define our outer V. Well, not the V, but our the outer corner. Just use a little bit and just build the color slowly so you don't get too much. It should look something like this now. Don't worry, we're going to blend out the edges so it doesn't look harsh. Now your eyeshadow should look something like this. And now we're going to go in with a highlight color for your brow bone. And the only thing that lacks in this palette in my opinion, is a matte highlighter because most of the shades in here are really shimmery, so there's not a lot of matte colors to work with. So since most of the eyeshadows on my eyes are already very shimmery, I'm just going to use a separate matte eyeshadows that I own so that the whole look doesn't look too shimmery and too glittery. Okay, so I'm just going to be using this matte Revlon matte eyeshadow in Vintage Lace. You can also find these at any drugstore. It's very easily accessible. So we're going to put that all over our brow bones and blending out any harsh edges or anything like that. So just use any fluffy brush. Applied it right on the brow bone. And as you see, I'm blending out any harsh edges. Okay, so now we're gonna work on our lower lash line, and we're just gonna, it's just gonna be the same sequence as how we do the upper lash line. So the farthest part from your eye, which is the outer corner, we're just gonna be using the same color that we use for the upper lash line. We're just gonna use that darkest color and just work it on the outer of our lower lash line. And then for the middle part of the lower lash line, again, the same sequence, the same color that we use on our upper lash line. We're going to be using that dark brown, the crease color that we use in the middle of our eyelids. Just pack it on. Put it in the middle part. And you want to make sure you overlap that darkest color so they can look a little blended. So just overlap and just kind of do small stroke of blending so the two colors can be blended. Okay, it should look something like this. And then just use any small detailing brush because we're going to apply that the lightest color that we use are on the inner corner. Right here, we're just going to apply a little bit of that on the inner part of the lower lash line. And just apply that on the inner corner. And we're pretty much done with the eye makeup. And then I'm just going to go ahead and line my eyes and apply mascaras, fill in my brows, and complete the rest of my face. I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild cream liner in black. You can get this at any drugstore, Target, Walmart. It's only like about $3. And just use any eyeliner brush. And I always recommend that you wet this brush and then dip it into this cream liner so it can make this cream liner a little bit smoother and easier to glide on. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and line my eyes. You can use a dark brown or a gray if you're going for more of a natural look, but I like to use a black liner. Okay. Now it should look something like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes and apply mascaras. I usually just leave the loose powder on until after I'm done with my lashes because when I curl my lashes, I notice that some of the eyeshadow fallouts will also fall off. Okay, so at this point you're done with the eye makeup and you just want to use any powder. If you want to see how I do the rest of my face, and keep on watching, but this is it for the eye makeup. I'm going to be using my NYC Sunny Bronzer to contour my face and also to add some color back to my face. I also have a video on how to contour. A little bit on the forehead, blend it out to the hairline. Okay, and then I'm just going to be using this coral blush. This is from Heart Candy. You can find this at Walmart. This is in Skinny Dipping, I think. The shade is in Skinny Dipping. It's just a coral shade. I'm just going to be using this side, the coral side. The other one is a bronzer, but it's not that pigmented. Just apply it on the apple of your cheeks and then just brush it back to the hairline. And I usually just like to use any buffer brush, any just flat or a kabuki brush, just to buff out and just blend the contouring, the bronzer, and the blush together. So this is the finished look. So if you guys are interested in more videos, more tutorials of me using some of the Wet n Wild palettes, and just leave it in the comments below. Other than that, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!